Hey everyone, and welcome to the Wyoming Knits YouTube channel. This is my channel where I like to talk about all the things that I have been knitting. Today is Sunday, March 10th, 2024, and this is episode 33. Welcome back to the Wyoming Knits channel. If you are new here, welcome, and if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. Today I am coming to you from sunny southwest Wyoming, where it is 40 degrees outside. I live here with my husband, our daughter, and our little Yorkie, Dax. You can find me on Instagram as Jenny Lee Knits, and you can find me on Ravelry as Jenny Lee S Knits. So, what have I been up to for the last week? Well, I worked really hard and I got my love note finished. So this is my only finished object for this week. This is the love note by Tin Can Knits. I used a Knitting After Midnight yarn. I had 2 skeins of this in my stash. They no longer dye. So I had 2 skeins that I was like, what am I going to do with this? And then I remembered when I wore my other love note that it is actually really very comfortable and I really liked it. So I decided to make another one. This one I followed the pattern exactly, and on this one I did make a couple modifications. I used the Knitting After Midnight in fingering weight, and then I used the Knit I Dye in her mohair, ultrafine mohair, 72% mohair, 28% mulberry silk, and this one was in the color Naughty. And I held them together and I got this really pretty pink color. It's got some purple speckles and pink speckles, a little bit of peach. So I did cast on for the adult small. It's the second adult size. So this is the adult small. I did everything according to pattern until I got to, it said I added 2 inches to the bottom, and then I added said to knit this to 11 inches. I think I knit it to 14. I measured my gauge this morning and I am right on gauge. This is knit with a size 10, and so I think every 10 rows was about 2 inches for me. So I think my row gauge was a little off, but my stitch gauge over the 4 inches was right on. So I finished that. I worked on it every night after school. I did have parent-teacher conferences last week. I forgot to take my sock with me, so I didn't get to work on that. But I didn't have much time in between parents, so that was nice that I didn't have any downtime. So that's the first thing I finished. Well, the only thing I finished. So we'll go into works in progress. The first thing that I would like to talk about is my Stria cardigan. It's in a bag. It's in a Sassy Sacks. Let's see, can we see that? This is a pattern by Andrea Mowry. she was wearing hers on her latest I'll Knit If I Want To episode. So here we go. I have got the sleeves on hold. Let's see, I was right here last time at this purple, so I added on 2 more colors. I did double check, and I counted right before I split for sleeves. I was right on track with my stitch count. This is the second time I've made it to this light green stripe right here. The first time I made it to the light green stripe, and I had missed one of my increases all the way up here. So I ripped back all the way to the beginning and started over, and so I have made it this far. I am so excited to keep on working on this over spring break. We'll see if I can get the body done. This is so squishy. After this one, I think I might make the birch pullover in, I have some dark green. I don't know where it went. Oh, right here. And a dark green. So I have 5 skeins of green yarn. So this one I am using the Stroll Tweed in the Earl Grey Heather color, and then all of the stripes I got from Happy Mermaid Yarn Co., except for this green one, I think. Yes, the dark green was a Zen Yarn Garden. And so I'm working on that one. We are on spring break, so I have a whole week off to stay home and knit. We do have, we have to drive into Utah sometime this week and take my daughter's car in to get fixed. So I'll be taking something with me, probably not my Stria, but I'll be taking something to knit on. I think it's going to be a whole day. We have to travel about 2 hours to get there. So I'll have a whole day of knitting in the car, so we'll see what I get accomplished. The next thing is my Hawthorne Turtleneck. It's in another Sassy Sacks. Let's see. Let's get these ends on the inside. There we go. So last time I was right here, put on a couple more repeats. I did add my twice shared sheep row counter. I've got my cute little dragon stitch stoppers. This is the Hawthorne Turtleneck, let's see, by Two of Wands. This came in the patterns that I got for last season of Knit Stars. So Alexi was one of their stars, and she has a lot of knit patterns and crochet patterns. So if you like crochet garments, you should go check out her website, because she has she tries to design one thing in knit and one thing in crochet that kind of look the same. So she did that. And then after the sleeves, I am just about this far. I'm excited to have this one done. This one might be the one I take with me in the car. I'm using Knit Picks Upcycle Alpaca, and this is the sage color. There's like blues and tans. So this has a lot of dimension in it. So I worked on that one just a little bit. And then I worked on my Tolsta tee. This is in a bag by Awesome Granny. And this is how much I've used of my first cake. And this is the colorway Bells of Ireland. So I was right here. I had just finished or just started on the short rows last time. So let's see. I did about that much. This is very drapey, very soft. It's let's see. 30% alpaca, 30% linen, and 25% viscose from bamboo with 15% tweed. So you got your raglan line. I think right now I am just on the sleeve increases. So the body is where it needs to be. I have to do 3 more rounds of sleeve increases, and then I will be able to separate for sleeves and work on the body. I think my last one I did 4 plain knit rounds on the sleeve before I did the ribbing. So as soon as I'm done with the body, it'll only take me just a little while to finish the sleeves. I did work on my socks just a little bit this week. I'm using Knit Picks Felici in the color Gone Fishing. And this was their summer 2022 collection. And I'm using a mini from Sinful yarn. Well, this was a full skein, but I made a Musselburgh hat, and this was what was left over. So I'm using that for my cuff and my heels and my toe. So this is where I got. I was almost ready for the heel last time. So I've only worked on it just a little bit. I think I've maybe put an hour's worth of work on it since last time. I have really slowed down on my sock knitting and picked up on the sweater knitting. I want to have lots of comfy, cozy sweaters for next winter. And then I worked on some blankets. We had Friday off. Friday was a day off for all of the students in our district, and so the teachers got to take that day off also. And so Friday I worked on getting caught up on some of my Scrappy blankets and some of my other blankets. So I'll show you my Cozy Memories blanket. I wanted to get all of my Desert Vista Dye Works yarn in there. So last time I had just put this one in. This was the January color. And then February, March, April, May. I'm pretty sure I kept these in order. All the way to December. And then this was the sock I had finished, I think, last time. So I have a few more, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more, and then I'll have finished this row. I have my Knitting After Midnight yarn and my Felici socks from last month that I still need to put in, and then I am all caught up on that one. And then I worked on my daughter's Cozy Comfort Throw by Molly of a Homespun House. I was right here last time. I started the next mini. I'm using yarn from Yarn Cafe Creations, one of her mystery minis. I bought 3 mystery mini packs last year. So I have the mystery mini and a bear yarn from Knit Picks. This is the Glimmer. So some of these have sparkle, but this has sparkle, so the whole blanket is going to sparkle. Here we go. So this is what I have done so far. I'm planning on next week coming up here and doing a couple of rows, about a half hour on this blanket, and my next blanket. This is the Feather and Fan blanket by Yarnspirations. It is no longer on their website, but I do have a copy of it on my Ravelry page. It was a free pattern, and so I'm using Mayan brand, and I just have a whole bunch of these cakes that I got from Joanne and Michael's. So I was in this blue last time. I've done a few more repeats. In this section here where it goes up, these are all yarn overs, and I'm choosing to knit through the back loop on them, so the holes are smaller. This is one that I started about 2.5 years ago, that I would pick up every once in a while, and I made quite a few mistakes on it, and I thought I would be happier if I ripped it all back out. I had this much done, and I ripped it all back out and caked it back up. So when I finish this, this will be back to where I ripped it out. And I'm hoping to make this for my mom. So I've just got a whole bunch of different skeins that were on sale, or cakes of yarn that I picked up from different yarn shops along the way. So I have these ones. I'm pretty sure some of them were from Walmart, Joann's, Michael's. I might have even ordered some from Zulily, because I wanted to make a big blanket for my mom for her couch or her bed. I remember when we were younger, she had an Afghan that one of her aunts had made her that was all crochet. I don't remember what happened to it. So I'm going to make that for her. That is everything that I have worked on this week. I did get some mail this week. I got my Yarnable, my row 1, and I did get my Zen Yarn Garden yarn that I ordered a few weeks ago. So I'll show you all of those. We'll start with the row 1. I took it out of the bag already, so there was less crinkling. This is Pearls and Postulates yarn. Professor Pearl talks about them quite a bit on her channel. She is a math professor. And then we have this cute little cupcake, and it came with 2 little goodies, some popping candy, and here's the yarn. These are beautiful, beautiful colors. That I'm going to stick in my row 1 bin that I have down here. Right there. I've just been putting all of my row 1 minis in there, and then when I get my my next month's Felici socks, I look through there, I look through my scrap bin and see which ones I want to do for heels, toes, and cuffs, and eventually I think some of these row 1 minis will go into a blanket. I was working on a northeasterly blanket, but I frogged it, and I think I might change and do a jelly roll blanket, but maybe this summer. The next one is my Yarnable. So here's our cute little bag. Here's the tag. Here We Grow Again is the name of this one. It came with eco-friendly, sulfate-free, vegan hair care, travel size shampoo bar from Zoe of the Natural Spa Cosmetics. So, a cute little mint lavender lime shampoo. Let's see, will that focus? Think so. Then the next thing is Handmade Craft Handmade Paper Sushi Yarn Ball Sheep Marker. Yarn ball sheep. Oh, they're little sheep on the yarn balls with the right side and wrong side. And these are from Jen in Central Oregon. Paper sushi. And the last thing was a Go Away I'm Knitting pin from Yarnable. So I'll put those back in here. And here is the yarn. Here We Grow Again. And I want to grab the last few colors from Yarnable that we've got. Let's see. Okay. So we've got December, January, let's see, February, and March. I think these two could pair well together. This is just a little bit lighter blue than this one, and I thought that this one had the same speckles. And then this one is just a lot darker, but it does have, I thought that was the same. So these could potentially be a fade or something. But this one is this month's Here We Grow Again. I like those speckles. And then I ordered 5 of these. And so this was the Zen and this says 90% superfine merino, superwash merino, and 10% nylon. So this is a 90-10. And I thought I could do the Mowry cardigan. That's why I got this aloft from last time. We'll have to do a swatch and see how I feel about that. But the Mowry cardigan is also a half fisherman's rib cardigan, like the Stria. So it is going to be squishy and soft. So I have lots of knitting plans and knitting goals for this week. We'll see how far I get. I do have this whole week off, so we'll see how much knitting I can get done. Leave a comment below on what you think I'm going to have finished for next time, what you would like to see me work on, something you are working on. Yeah, so leave a comment, make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in a week. Happy knitting!